Alrighty, that's going to bring us to our main topic for today, and that's going to be our picks. So let's refresh this site. Let's get these lines adjusted. I do want to talk about this Jets-Bills games real quick because it is confirmed Sam Darnold is going to be playing this game. So definitely a little bit tighter for the Bills, but they should still have no problem winning this game. The Jets have no weapons offensively. Not going to take the Bills minus 11.5 this week. Jets at home with Sam Darnold. Definitely going to stay away from it. A little too high in my opinion. But definitely the Bills shouldn't have any trouble covering it, especially with Josh Allen coming off 2 losses. He really should be putting up a huge big game, and then come Monday we're all getting asked for an apology. So I mean, we're going to be hearing this all season. Apologies for Josh Allen and Carson Wentz. Don't fall for it, folks. You can apologize when they win the Super Bowl. I think that would be acceptable. Alrighty, but here we go. Our picks. We like to break it down into 3 categories with 3 picks in each, so 6 picks overall. Our first category is our lock section. These will all hit, so you can go and bet your cars in the driveway. If you have 1 car, bet that car. If you have 2, I would bet all 2 on all of these picks. So here we go. These are all going to happen. These are the best bets of the week. So here we go. We are going to start here at Houston and Green Bay, and we are taking Houston plus 3.5. We have to forgive possibly the first 4 weeks of the season between these 2 teams, and I'll tell you why. Green Bay looks absolutely beautifully. The offense is amazing. They're putting up 30-plus points every game. Aaron Rodgers is making an MVP case. Then the bye comes. Then they have to go on the road against Tom Brady and the Bucs, and Aaron Rodgers was looking good in the first quarter, and then he throws interceptions, and they could not get back into it. So we have to kind of take a little bit of a step back on the Packers from their last showing. Whereas Houston, they started, 0-4, fired their head coach, and they've been putting up the points. They put up 30 their first game without their head coach. They put up 36 their second game without their head coach. So the offense is feeling free. Everybody's feeling free. Romeo Crennel is doing a fantastic job as an interim head coach. He's been around the league forever, folks. He knows how to coach. The players respect him. I think they all buy into him. And Deshaun Watson is kind of playing loose. I mean, he's put up 66 points over 2 weeks, folks. So they've definitely got the talent offensively to keep up with the Packers in this game. I am expecting Aaron Rodgers to play better than he did last week. I am taking all that into account here with this Texans plus 3.5 pick, but I get the Texans at home. I get maybe even a more explosive offense. A team that felt like, they really should have won last week. I mean, when you go into overtime and you don't even get to touch the ball and you lose, I mean, that definitely weighs on you. So Texans are going to channel that feeling from last week. They're at home. Green Bay's coming off of a loss. Literally everything is kind of aligning perfectly for the Texans here. Don't fall in love with, or don't fall in hate with their record, because, this is a new Texans team, and this offense is truly deadly. J.J. Watt is having a pretty good season as well. He's still, healthy, knock on wood as well. So they're doing pretty good. Not sure about Devontae Adams' status for the Packers. I would assume he is playing this week. But, I mean, it's still just the way that the Packers played last week, it really just left a really bad taste in my mouth. But that's kind of one thing that we know about this Packers team. They went 13-3 last year, and those 3 losses, were pretty big losses. So, they could get back on track this week. The Packers could still win this game, but 3.5. I mean, folks, games are close in this league. That's why I don't like really any big spreads. But as I take big spreads for the rest of my locks, but we'll get into that in a second. But give me the 3.5 right over that, 3 mark. So, if the Packers win by 3, it's not a push. You win it with the extra half a point. Love it, love it, love it here. I think we get comparable offenses. And the Texans are at home. I love the 3.5, folks. Aaron Rodgers on another away game coming off a bye. He's after, doing very poorly. He just wants to get back to home. That's all he wants to do. So I love the Texans plus 3.5 here, folks. Absolutely love it. Alrighty, our second pick in our locks category is going to go Saints minus 7.5. As when, 7.5 isn't a lot for the Saints team. They've got playmakers everywhere. They've got Drew Brees. This Saints team is coming off of a bye. That's huge for them. Michael Thomas is also probably going to play this week as well. We saw what Julio Jones did in his first game back last week. 2 touchdowns, 136 yards, looking very good. Saints, I expect them to do this. Drew Brees loves Michael Thomas above all else for some reason. He doesn't like to go to Emmanuel Sanders. I don't know why. But with Emmanuel Sanders now being the number 2 wide receiver, he should be very well. I mean, let's not fall in love with this Panthers team, folks. I don't know how they're winning games. We kind of look at them every week in our film review, and it's really nothing I like, kind of like the Lions. It's just this Saints team coming off of bye is huge for them. They've got the offense. They have the defense. It's just when they lose games, it's because their defense commits penalties. They'll have like 8 penalties on defense, all like pass interference and defensive holding. Not good. Big penalties keeps drives alive. So I think the Saints can definitely clean that up defensively. This Panthers team is nothing special. They're beating the mediocre teams. I'm not impressed. They've got no real weapons offensively. I don't know what they're going to do defensively against the Saints team. How are you going to cover all their pieces, especially if Michael Thomas is playing? Alvin Kamara really should run all over this Carolina team. And did I mention Saints are coming off of a bye? I'll take Sean Payton off a bye, definitely. Over Matt Rule, who has 4 weeks to prepare for a bowl game and can't do it. I will take that, definitely. So, love the Saints here. It's a little hefty for me, but I like it. I think they win by 10 kind of easily. Let me knock on wood. But yeah, Saints here. I get the better quarterback. I get the better offense. I get the better defense. I get the home field. I get the better coach. I get the better talent. I mean, folks, I can go on and on. Saints minus 7.5. Absolutely love it. Alrighty, and then our last pick here in our lock section is going to be Chargers minus 7.5. All right. So let me say this. The Chargers coming off of a bye. Once again, absolutely love it. Justin Herbert is a fantastic quarterback. We see glimpses of him every week with the big throw. I mean, they like set the game up for like 1 or 2 big throws a game. Everything else is dink and dunk. I'm not in love with that, but there could be a little bit of maybe they were holding them back because there was like the big story like 2 weeks ago when we all knew Justin Herbert was going to remain the starter even though Tyrod Taylor was going to be back healthy. We all knew that, but they kind of made a big deal with Anthony Lynn coming out and being like, no, he's our guy for the rest of the year. So they could have been maybe hesitating, just kind of waiting to see how Tyrod Taylor would look and how long he would be out. Maybe they do sit Justin Herbert, but now my thinking is they announce him officially the starter, so maybe they trust him with the playbook a little bit. They start opening up the playbook here, coming off the bye, probably installed a couple of better plays for that suit what Justin Herbert can do, his big arm, the great accuracy on his big arm. So I think they may start getting away from the dink and dunk in this game against the Jaguars, coming off the bye, extra time to prepare at home against, once again, a kind of lesser, I mean, when I was talking about the Saints and the Panthers, I mean, there's a huge gap between their talent levels, folks. I think we can all agree. And I think we get that here again with the Chargers and the Jags. The Jags are truly not good. Gardner Minshew is not the answer. And Justin Herbert's, he hasn't won a game yet coming off a bye at home against the Jags, a worse team. Everything is kind of lining up for the Chargers like it's lining up for the Saints here. So I think they let Justin Herbert go loose this week. I think he has an absolutely fantastic game, probably 300 plus yards, 4 touchdowns, and he was looking good. No dink and dunk, over 10 yards a pass. So I love the Chargers here. 425 star at home. Perfect, new stadium in LA. Justin Herbert's looking for his first win. It's against Jacksonville. I mean, literally, it's a perfect storm. Everything's lining up perfectly for this Chargers team, and they still got weapons offensively, defensively. They can get it done. I'm big off of teams coming off a bye, especially going up against lesser teams. I like the Chargers here, minus 7. I think they win by at least 10 here. Again, knock on wood, but I love it. So our official locks is going to be Houston plus 3.5, Saints minus 7.5, and Chargers minus 7.5. The odds are plus 608. You put $500 on this, or I put 600. Let me put 500 here. Accurate numbers here. You're winning $3,500, baby. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. So definitely, I mean, what do you think you can get for your car outside, huh? What do you got? y'all probably got what, 2015 Hyundai Civics? What y'all got in the driveway? You probably can get like $2,500 for that, no doubt. So you put that car on that, you're looking at 17 grand, baby. You can buy a new 2020, that new Hummer that's coming out, the fucking electric Hummer, which is a thing for some reason. Go pre-order that. Nice little down payment on that. Bet your car. Texans plus 3.5, Saints minus 7.5, Chargers minus 7.5. Alrighty. But all right, here we go. We got more picks. Don't go anywhere, folks. If you don't like that, if you don't feel confident about betting your 2015 Honda Civic on this, what about this one? This is our 99% guarantee section. Still feel very confident about this pick, but there is maybe one thing I can see going wrong that ruins the bet. So here we go. Our 99% guarantee section is going to be kicking off here, and I know I may be crazy. Do I sound crazy? I may. I'm going to go Bears plus 5.5 here. Monday Night Football. Nick Foles on primetime usually shows out decently. This Bears defense has been absolutely keeping the Bears in this game. They're the reason why they've won 5 out of their 6 games. Why they only have 1 loss. It's because of their defense. It's not because Mitch Trubisky, and it's definitely not because of Nick Foles. But it's Monday Night Football, huge game, prime time. Everybody knows that. Matt Nagy knows that. He's been scheming since the preseason, since the offseason. Matt Nagy is like, oh, I have a primetime game Monday, week 7. I am going to be scheming this entire season just for this one game because I know I need to look good. I need to put out a good product even though I don't have good quarterback play. So I'm going to use a lot of trickery, a lot of dink and dunk. I'm going to make my quarterback look good on primetime television. I'm not worried about the defense. They always show out for me. I've got no worries about there. I'm just focusing on plays that Nick Foles can execute to perfection so we can kind of move the ball and score points respectively in this game. Now, the Rams are very good. I understand that. They're at home. I understand that. But their offense has been a little shaky. They're up and down. They're high and low. And I really don't know where to put them. I think, they're kind of just like an average 24-point team a game team. I mean, if you score more than that, you're going to win. If you score less than that, then the Rams can win. But the Rams are kind of like, we're not going to go and put up 40. We could go and put up 17. We could put up 21. But we kind of average around like that 23, 24-point mark. And the Bears have been able to kind of keep up that pace even with Nick Foles. They're at that kind of 20 mark, but their defense has been able to hold teams under that 20-point threshold where if you don't score at least 20, don't expect to win the game. So their defense can hold the Rams here. And the Rams defense can definitely hold the Bears. I'm not saying that this Rams defense is good as well, but I think the primetime games, Matt Nagy is going to elevate Nick Foles. Nick Foles in primetime with the pressure is on him. That's when he succeeds, folks. He won a Super Bowl for a reason as a backup. So pressure is on him. He usually responds kind of like Fitzpatrick, but if he's not on primetime television, if there's no real interest in the game, he's going to go out there and throw 3 interceptions and maybe 1 touchdown if you're lucky. So with all that being said, the Bears may not win this game, but I'm getting 5.5, folks. Games are close in this league. I'm telling you, 5.5 here is a lot, especially this is a 5-win team, Bears. They know how to win games. They know how to stay in games. They know how to be competitive in games. There may be kind of the reverse Giants where they will stay into it in the fourth quarter, but they'll go and win it in the fourth quarter where the Giants lose it in the fourth quarter. So I expect the Bears defense to keep the game close, and that's all I'm writing on. So I don't expect Nick Foles to go and have a great performance. I expect him to be respectable. 1 touchdown, no pick maybe. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. They lose by 3, close game. But I love the 5.5 here, primetime game. You got to expect a close game and everybody to elevate their play a little bit. And that's what I think is going to happen in this game. Nick Foles plays a little bit better. We might have to start offering him apologies come Tuesday. I don't know. But, Bears plus 5.5. I think I like it. I know I like it. That's why it's in my picks. All right, here we go. We are going to continue on, and maybe I'm crazy again. Am I crazy? I'm taking crazy things here. Falcons minus 2.5 against this Lions team. They've never impressed me. I don't know what it is. We watched them in our Wednesday film study, and I'm just not impressed. I don't like how they're scoring. Nothing's catching my eye in the stats. Nothing's really backing up what I'm seeing in the stats on film. So I really don't like this Lions team. team. Atlanta playing free because they have no head coach. They went and scored 40 points, and not only did they score 40 points, they didn't go put like 28 points up in one quarter like the Bucs did, or go and score 20 in the first, 20 in the fourth, but took the second and third off. No, this was 10 points every quarter, folks. That's huge. I mean, that really tells me everything I need to know. That was consistent. Whoever was calling plays knew what they were doing. Whoever installed the game plan installed it beautifully. We're scoring. We're keeping our foot on the pedal. Doesn't matter that we're up. Doesn't matter that we're picking off Kirk Cousins 3 times and we're up 20-0. We're keeping our foot on the pedal. We're still scoring the ball. We're still putting up points. 40 points on the road. Absolutely fantastic. Now they're here at home. Second game without a head coach. We saw what the Texans did. Really didn't even take a step back. It's just the Titans put up 42 points again, miraculously. I don't know. So the Texans, they put up 36 points on their second game without a head coach. Falcons here at home, a little bit of an easier opponent. This Atlanta offense is still good, folks. Despite their 1-5 record, this offense is still good. We've been talking about this offense since week 1. We've been praising this Atlanta offense. I'm not ready to bail on Atlanta yet. Will they disappoint me again this week? I hope not. But maybe. But yeah, I like them at home. The offense is rolling. We'll see what they've got with no head coach here in game number 2. But they're at home, feeling good, feeling confident off a win. The offense is feeling good. Matt Ryan, I don't think he threw any interceptions last week. Is that correct? He had 4 touchdowns, no picks, or 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. Here it is. 4 touchdowns, no picks. So the man was absolutely balling. Julio Jones got involved. So I expect all that to kind of carry over in this week at home. Looking pretty good. So I like the Falcons here, -2.5. All right, this is going to be our last pick, but it's not on the board. You know why it's not on the board? Because there was this whole COVID thing, so DraftKings took it off yesterday. But we saw it, we reacted to it, and we actually liked it a lot. So our last pick in our 99% guarantee section, if you can get it, this bet should probably be back on the board tomorrow, Sunday at the latest. You will be able to bet this game because the game is going to go on as planned, barring any setbacks that have not emerged just quite yet. I'm talking about the Raiders-Bucks game. It's Raiders +4. They're at home. Absolutely love it. Now, that game ended up getting moved back. There was a little bit of a schedule change. The Bucks-Raiders game was supposed to be the Sunday night football game, but it gets pushed back to the 4 o'clock spot. So they will be playing at 4:25 instead of 8 o'clock. The Arizona Seahawks game actually gets moved up to the primetime spot, which I'm definitely cool with. I love it. To see Russell Wilson on primetime television, to see Kyler Murray on primetime television, absolutely. I would take that over Derek Carr and Tom Brady, I think. But I definitely think they should have moved up the Steelers-Tennessee game, but hey, I digress. So we are going to be taking Raiders +4 to round out our 99% guarantee section. This Raiders team just beat the Chiefs in a stunning fashion by outscoring them. Wild. And then they're on a bye, and now they have to come out at home against Tom Brady. Tom Brady's riding a little bit of a high because of what happened last week against the Packers. He absolutely blew them out. Kind of thanks to Aaron Rodgers, but Tom Brady played all right too. But what this Raiders showed on offense is that they're a high talented offensive team. They've got speed everywhere. They can score at will. They can score at any moment. And they've been showing that to us these first couple weeks this season. So I think I am starting to buy the Raiders a little bit. I'm not ready to buy Tom Brady in this offense. He's still trying to just target his wide receivers. I don't like how they're moving the ball. I don't like to nitpick like that, but I see it all the time. Tom Brady loves to just go to Rob Gronkowski or his tight ends down the field and then use Mike Evans on the 1-yard line. Can we kind of restructure that a little bit, please? Use your tight ends in the red zone. Use your wide receivers everywhere else, please. Stop wasting Mike Evans' talents. The man is 6'4". He will go up and get the ball. Tom Brady, just throw it in his general vicinity, and he will go up and get it. So the defense of the Raiders looking pretty good. They're fast, and that's what I like. John Gruden and the general manager. I know he was like at ESPN at some point, but they know how to scout some talent. They've got fast guys. They play quick, and that's kind of what hurts Tom Brady, because Tom Brady's arms, weakening as he's progressing through the season. He's trying to force it to the tight end. So I mean, if these are all ball hawks on the Raiders defense, they're going to fly to the ball, catch Tom Brady. They pick him off maybe once or twice. Tom Brady on the road, I mean, he really hasn't established. I mean, if the Bucs ever get behind, it's tough for Tom Brady to come back. He doesn't have the easiest time. So Bucs want to try to play with the lead, but I think on the road they might try to do too much. And I think I like the Raiders defense. The Bucs defense is obviously great too. Don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the best defenses in the league. To be able to hold the Packers to 10 points and to pick off Aaron Rodgers twice is definitely fantastic. But they do show spurts where Justin Herbert threw 2 big bombs on him and cashed in for touchdowns. The Raiders can do that. They've proven it. Plus, they're off a bye. I love teams off byes. Bucs on the road, Tom Brady on the road. Not really buying it just quite yet. Plus, you give me 4. You're giving me the home team plus 4 points. Just kind of like the Texans. I will take that. They have, offenses that can't score the ball. They've been proving that. So as long as they're keeping up the scoring, they might not win. But I'm getting 4 at home. Absolutely. With high-powered offenses, I definitely will take that. So that's going to be Bears plus 5.5, Falcons minus 2.5, and Raiders plus 4. Let's put a comparable odd up here just to see what we're working with here. So about 597, you put 500 on that. You're looking at 3,400. Absolutely fantastic. You want to trade in that 2015 Honda Civic for $2,500. You're looking at 17 grand still, baby. So you can bet either one of these. You will walk away with $17,000. I mean, folks, go and do whatever you want with $17,000. Damn, you can do so much with that. So great money's on the line Sunday. Hopefully you guys follow my advice and cash out, baby. Cash out. Quit your job and just kind of hunker down for this COVID and election cycle, I guess. I don't know. But 17 grand sounds very good to me. So that's how you win 17 grand, folks. Our locks, Texans plus 3.5. Chargers minus 7.5. Saints minus 7.5 on our one ticket. And Bears plus 5.5. Falcons minus 2.5. And Raiders plus 4 on our second one. Alrighty.